Hello guys, and we're here today with another very awesome video. We're here today with some Dinomist, yes, some Dinomist, and I will be honest, I do not think this deck is going to be very competitive, but it does hold some certain advantages, so let's go on right away. Dinomist Rex, he can attack twice, which is really nice. You just have to tribute one other Dinomist monster, or you can shuffle one card in your opponent's hand, or on the other side of the field into the deck, so that's really nice. Being an Ignister, doesn't target, and is overall really good, and he gains 100 attack if you do that, which would be good if you were to attack with him again next turn, but you're not, because with all these other level 5s, which can easily special summon them out, not through pendulums with their own effect, which is nice, so that way you don't have to do mass pendulum summons. You can then make an easy Cyber Dragon Nova, level 5 machines, it is all it takes, and then put on top of Nova an Infinity, and there you go. This is probably the biggest advantage of the deck, is easily being able to pump out an Infinity, and it's probably what you're going to do as soon as you start playing, is just try to make an Infinity very quickly. And then of course for the level 4s we have Pitrian, which allows you to add a Dinomist monster when you destroy a monster, when he destroys a monster by battle. And then on top of it you have Lesios, which decreases the attack of all of your opponent's monsters by 100 for each Dinomist card you control, which helps this guy out even more, and helps with just doing a whole bunch of damage. And then Stegosaurus is just kind of there. His effect isn't that good. When another pendulum monster you control battles an opponent's monster, after damage calculation destroy both cards. And for their pendulum effects, they all have very similars. I believe all the 6 scales and all the 3 scales have the same thing. For the 3 scales, if another Dinomist card would be destroyed, you can destroy this card instead. And for the 6 scales, if a Dinomist card were to be targeted, you can negate it. It has to target another Dinomist card, so it can help prevent some Twin Twisters and Wavering Eyes, Regekis, and the whatnot. And then for dispels to add to everything, we have the Instant Fusion, the Regeki, the Triple Upstart, and then the Limiter Removal again. Being able to increase this guy's attack to 48 and being able to attack twice would be game if your opponent didn't have anything, but more than likely they're going to have something such as Strike. And then of course Wavering Eyes at 3, this is going to be more of a stun card, so you're going to be setting this more, because unless you open up with 3 pendulums, it's not going to be very useful, and unfortunately this deck doesn't have any very stupid combos that allows you to just get something off of it regardless. It doesn't have a Blush Fire. And then of course Twin Twister and Mass Chain second. I almost called it Harpy's Feather Duster because you're going to be making acid with it, which is a Harpy's Feather Duster, and decreases your opponent's monster's attack. So that is something else to note. Back row won't stand a chance in this deck. It just requires you to have another card in your hand, which can be a little bit complicated to do. And then Dinomist Charge, which is probably the second biggest advantage of the deck, or maybe the third. The second being the high attack. When this card is activated, it's a tanky and you can add a Dinomist. And if once per turn, if a Dinomist on the field is sent to your extra deck, you can add it to your hand, which is really nice with all their effects that prevents destruction and whatnot, because then you have to destroy those cards in order to use them. So then you can add it back to hand, or if your opponent destroys them by battle, by card effect, you can add them by hand and then have normal summon them maybe, or just use them from their hand the next turn instead of having to rely on pendulum summons. And then Rush allows you to summon out any Dinomist monster from your deck, and it becomes a towers. It's unaffected by pretty much everything, but it can still be destroyed by battle. Do note that. And then we're rounding off the main deck with 3 strikes and a warning, just to give us a little bit more advantage over more competitive decks like Pepe, so that way you can hopefully stop their plays, and then you can slowly gain your field. And that is it for the main deck. Again, it's just going to be trying to make this guy as quickly as possible. So into the main, the extra deck, not the main deck, we have Acid as noted, and an Instant Fusion, as a Norden as noted by Instant Fusion, and then of course 2 Infinities because you can easily make Nova. And then for other rank 5s we have Zenmayo and then Volcasaurus. And then if you want to make a rank 4, you have the Dark Rebellion, the 101, the Castel, the Diamond Direwolf, the Emerald, the Dweller, and the Cowboy. And of course, once Utopia the Lightning comes out, we will definitely be playing Utopia the Lightning in this deck. And that is pretty much it for the deck in general. It is, like I said, it's not very competitive, but it can put out a lot of really big monsters and can make Infinity very easily, and sometimes players just can't deal with 2 Infinities. And so that is pretty much the advantage of this deck. Your opponent just can't play around infinity. And especially when you have such big beaters and the ability to do all that stuff, decreasing their attack. There was another Bosch card that I don't think is on Dev Process for some reason, I don't know why, but it had the effect for all monsters lose attack 300 times their rank. And I thought that would really help out with Placios, and maybe teching that card in as one. It was a Wham, and I just couldn't find it. It's a level 3 Wham. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. See you guys later. Bye.